You've tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me loose. You make me win in every way. Win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yes, I'm the winner, yeah.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, 'cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet. Whoa, no, not yet. Whoa, no, no, not yet. Whoa, but I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet. Whoa, no, not yet. Whoa, no, no, not yet. Whoa, I'm not gonna wake up. On a run from my given disaster, speed away from the holy mind, pride. That's where I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road to never end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you look like in rain. That's why I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road to never end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. All the memories just lingers on repeat like it is never gonna stop. I can't help myself from feeling all alone, but you got me good, oh, you got me good.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But
You've been hiding in the shadows.
You know what time it is when you hear this song, guys. we're getting closer.
You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Hello, welcome to Mentoring with Sally. I'm Sally Sparks Cousins, your automation nerd, lover of sexy numbers. I dream about tags and squiggly lines. That's me. What is it that you do, and where are you joining me from? Somewhere around the globe, right? Let me know in the chat whereabouts you are. Today, I thought I would share with you why live launch. We live launch a few times a year. And we love it. We absolutely love it. And so today I wanted to chat with you about why. Why do we go through live launching? Now, I know not a lot of people. Some people think that live launching can be a drain. Live launching can be hard work. The thing is if you love what you teach, if you love how you help people, live launching isn't actually draining. When you have got all the systems and the processes set up, it actually isn't a lot of work to begin with, right? The first one's a little, lots of things to do and lots of moving parts. But the more and more consistent that you get at launching the same thing over and over and over again on repeat, the easier and easier it gets, and the more exciting it gets as well. So here's a few reasons why we love to live launch here inside the Sparkle world. Yes, please. Sorry, my husband's doing his thing. Everyone needs a daddy. Sorry, guys, priorities. I haven't had my morning coffee. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you love my earrings. Thank you so much. They're brand new and they sparkle. All right. So I just digress right now because my brain is in my coffee and my amazing husband. All right. So let's chat about a few reasons why I really love live launching. So the first thing is when you are delivering content over 3 or 5 days, what you get to do is test your content. So number one is to test your content. Now, what that allows you to do is when you launch the way we advise you to launch, it allows you to watch how the people engage with your content. So we bring people into a Zoom room when we're giving our free training during launch. And what I love the most about seeing the faces inside of the Zoom room is I can watch how they interact. So you see, a lot of people, when they're launching, might do a webinar or they'll go and stream live into a Facebook group and you get a few little tippy-tap typing backwards and forwards, which allows you to interact with your viewers. But just imagine what it's like to see head nods, smiles, people taking notes, people going, right? We know when our content lands. It's like presenting in front of a room full of people, but they're in your computer, sitting in their little virtual, actually real chairs, but you're virtually online. So the first reason is we get to test our content. The reason why we also love live launching, the second reason for that is it allows us to test fast. Much faster than you would if you were just running, say, a 1-day webinar and you've got a very short amount of time to deliver your content. You don't always know which pieces of your content are going to land in the right way that gives you conversions. So what we teach is we want you to live launch until you're making at least 5 figures in your launches. Once you hit 5 figures, then you can reduce your content into a webinar. And the reason why we want you to be in a webinar after that is you can start to then evergreen your content as well. Now, when you've, say, delivered your content over 3 to 5 days, now think about it. Every day you get to deliver 3 to 5 pieces of content. Okay? And we get to test which pieces land the best. So when we shorten it to a webinar, we actually have the best content, the stuff that lands and gives us content that converts and allows us to sell our high ticket programs on repeat in an evergreen format. But if we start straight to webinar, then we're guessing. You know, we can certainly have an educated guess, but a lot of the time we're in it, right? We're in the business, we're in the weeds, and sometimes we can forget how the audience reacts with the way you deliver your content. Which takes me into the third reason why we want to go and live launch is verbiage. We actually get to really speak with our people inside of live launch. And we get to hear how they use words. One of the biggest questions I always ask people is, what's your biggest struggle? Now, I can guess, But when it comes from our prospects' mouths, it's no longer guessing. It's real, valuable information we can then use in our marketing and sales copywriting, in our webinars, in our emails. Like, we can use it everywhere. And another question I love to ask is, what did you like best? Because then we know that's the content that's given them that aha moment that, again, is getting them closer to buying from us, right? Becoming a client. You see, live launching does not have to be draining. Because if you love your content, if you love your people, if you love giving people transformation and helping people, regardless of the outcome, you will love to live launch. 1, you get to test. 2, you get to test more content faster. And 3, you get to hear how your people speak. So you can use it in your marketing and sales copy. And I always say, when we're writing our copy, if the client doesn't say it or the prospects don't say those words, then we don't use it. You see, I see a lot of coaches using lots of I like to call them flowery words, or very broad statements like overwhelm. Well, I mean, I got overwhelmed just getting dressed this morning. So overwhelm can come in a variety of different ways. How and why do they feel overwhelmed? Another thing is like those industry words, the industry speak, the words that people use before like they start working with us. We don't want to use that. Like limiting beliefs. Not everybody knows what limiting beliefs are, right? Do your people actually use those words, or is that industry speak? It's like when I studied my Masters of Education and I learned the word pedagogy, right? It just means continuous learning. But I wouldn't use the word pedagogy as an entrepreneur. I use the word always be learning. Right? Because people would have absolutely, well, not everybody, but a lot of people wouldn't know what I'm speaking about. So that's why it's super important to use the words that our prospects use. And we get a lot of that from live launching. Now, if you think that it's scary going on camera, don't look at yourself. It's really simple. Just imagine yourself standing in front of a classroom and teaching people something. You don't see yourself. There's not a mirror in the classroom unless you're a ballet teacher or something like that. But most of you won't have a mirror in the classroom. So don't look at yourself. I don't like looking at myself. I'm literally looking straight in the lens right now. I made sure I was framed well before I came in. But I used to put a Post-it note over my picture in Zoom. And when I used to go live just from my phone, I would put a Post-it note over my face because I didn't want to see it. Because, well, 1, if you're looking at yourself, this is me looking at me right now talking. Now, that's not making eye contact with you, right? So, yeah, we want you to be able to, 1, test fast. 2, 1 is to test. 2 is you get to do it fast because success loves speed. 3 is we get to see and hear the words from our people. Right? I love those head nods and oh my goodness moments. Actually having an interactive conversation backwards and forwards with our people. Now, the other thing is this is the biggest thing of all. We get to measure and optimize. Build it, then just measure and optimize. What amazing, sexy words they are. You see, once you've created your live launch content, you no longer have to go and start all the tech stack build again from scratch. You just get to measure, tweak it, optimize those beautiful, sexy numbers. How many of you create content after content after content and think that it just doesn't work? right? You think it doesn't work, so you just throw it out and you go and build another funnel, build another funnel, build another funnel. And you've just got lots of half-built funnels that really don't have any real metrics to prove whether or not they're working or not. When we just do the one thing, think about it. If you deliver the same content on repeat for 12 months, imagine how much better it will be. For 12 months, could you stick to one free piece of content consistently for 12 months? Sometimes I feel like I'm a record on repeat, but eventually you don't need notes. I have absolutely no notes today. No notes. Because I know the power of live. I've watched it time and time again with our clients. I've seen how powerful live launching is. Now, it doesn't mean you have to live launch forever, right? We still have a mixture of live and evergreen. But if you want to be able to make your evergreen content convert at its best, you want to be live launching as fast as possible, getting you those results as quickly as you can. I love that we just measure and optimize. Let me actually bring up and I'll share with you some of the results that we've had from live launching, okay? Now, our live launching results, what we found was we were able to bring in less people and make more money. Pretty strange, right? Also, we're able to not only bring in more people and make more money, but we pay more to bring in people and we make more money. And how does that work? Well, let me share some statistics with you, and I want to tell you why these things have, let me just move this scene out of the way so I can get them up. Where is my scenes? There it is. Cool. It's locked. Okay. So when we live launch all the way back in April, okay, let me give you some numbers here. I don't have my whiteboard today. I didn't actually set it up and my pen's inside. So you can take notes. So when we launched all the way back in April, we got 1,254 emails. Sounds pretty good, right? Now, from that, there was 4,979 people who clicked on our ad. So we converted at 25%. 25% of people converted. And then that allowed us to generate around, where is it? Around $50,000. Okay, $50,000. I'm just being totally open and honest with you. Now, it cost me $11 to get an email into our list. And we made $41.38 for every email. So approximately we spent $1 to make $4. Do you like those numbers? Spend $1 to make $4. Now, here's a couple of statistics to pay attention to. It was a 25% conversion rate from ad click to give us out their email address. And 40% of those people ended up in the Facebook group. So only about 500 of those ended up inside the Facebook group. Pretty decent numbers. They're around industry standards. If our clients were getting those, I would say that's pretty good. Now, I've only just brought up, the most recent couple, but, back in the day, I struggled to get them over 20% conversion. We have slowly crawled up to, the 40% conversion into group. And I used to think 40% conversion was, that is industry standard. All right, let's talk about June. Now we had the same amount of leads, just over 1,200, maybe actually a couple of little bit less. And we had only 312 people join the Facebook group. So we had a 30% conversion rate into Facebook. A 25% conversion into Facebook, and a 30% conversion from ad click to join. Now, the conversion went up from ad click to give us their email address, but our Facebook group went down. When I reviewed that information, there was some stuff that had changed on our thank you page that was affecting people getting into our Facebook group. Now, our lead cost went down to around $10 a lead. We were making $42 a lead, so we were just gone up just a smidgen, just a little bit. Not a great deal, but from $10 to $42. So every $10 we made $42. So spend $1, make $4.20 or something like that. All right, let's talk about July. So in July, what we did was we hired a new Facebook ads guy, right? Because there was just some things happening that we wanted to improve upon. And of course, there was a guy that I discovered was available that I'd wanted to work with for a while. Now, when we got him, we changed a lot of things, right? We changed a lot of things because we wanted to retest. Now, our ad cost, our cost per person went up to $24 from $10. $24 from $10. Our conversion rate, now this was because I'll tell you one thing. We did a huge flip right in the middle of this launch where we were marketing one message, a brand new message, which was how to run Zoom challenges. And then halfway through, we saw the conversion rate wasn't great. And about 3 days before launch, we swapped it to micro Facebook groups, right? The hook to get them in. Because Zoom challenges made people feel curious, but not curious enough to join. But telling people how they can make money using Facebook groups, people are like, I know I need to know this thing. Now, we still only had around a 22% conversion rate from ad click. We had half the amount of leads, only 687 leads, but our increase into Facebook group was at 50%. So that went up. Now, we spent the 24. Here's the kicker. We made $165 per lead. What's that? It's like spend $1, make $8, something like that. That's pretty darn good, right? Would you spend $24 for an email address knowing that you're going to make $160? Yeah. I would do that all day, every day. Now, we're doing the same thing. We move some content around. We add a few stories, but all the automation is the same. All the hard techie stuff in the background works along. Now, last launch, wow, like shit hit the fan, to be totally honest. We lost Dr. Sparkle. Now, Dr. Sparkle is our automated bot. Now, if you haven't registered for Dr. Sparkle, here she is here for Mentoring with Sally. She will let you know when we go live so you don't miss these live sessions. Now, you just go to go.freedomfunnelacademy.com/MWS, which stands for Mentoring with Sally. Okay, now, we lost Dr. Sparkle. Yeah, she disappeared on us. She got very sick. So that's a story for another day around why we lost Dr. Sparkle. But our messages to get people to the live training, which we had relied on, went away. Now, I could have thrown my hands in the air and done nothing, But what I decided to do was bring back a lot of the things I used to do before I had Dr. Sparkle, before I was automated with Dr. Sparkle, which meant we spent a lot more time chatting with people in the DMs and tagging people in the Facebook group so that they didn't miss the content. Now, we increased our lead slightly, 801. Now, our conversion rate, get this, our conversion rate from viewing and clicking on the ad to joining was 68%. 68% of people that clicked our ad, joined the Facebook group. It was 40%. 40% of people, so we'd gone up from our 20% to 40% conversion, but 68% of those people joined the Facebook group from as low as 30 all the way up to 68%. That's massive, huge. Now, based on that, these were our cost. Now, our cost was previously, what was it? It was $24.01. This time it was $24.86. Now, this is where it just starts to become math. When you turn on your ads, you're going to pay a pretty set amount, give or take a couple of dollars. So we went from $24.01 to $24.86 to acquire an email address. And our value, what we made, was $176. So we gained an extra $16 for every email address. Now, this was a six-figure launch. Six-figure launch. And we've done the same thing on repeat. We just tweak a few things. This time we added some badges because we've got time to do all the shiny, fancy things now. We added a few more graphics on the screen because we have time to do it. It doesn't make a big difference in conversion rates because, as you can see, the conversions were still about the same, right? They're still about the same. You see, at any given time, about 2% of your audience are ready to buy. So when you launch, when you bring people in, expect to close around 2% of everyone who joins. The average is around 2% of those people buy. So, for example, if you were to bring in 100 people, that means 2 people will buy. So work out the cost of your program, and if it's $197, put it up. Because if you're charging $2,000, then that's $4,000 versus $400. Seriously, it's just math. People will pay, I promise. People will pay. I would never have thought 5 years ago when I started this business that people would pay me the sort of money that they do. But that comes with confidence from selling the same thing on repeat. It has evolved. It has changed over the 5 years. But essentially, it's helping people with marketing. I've just gotten better and better and better at it as I've continued to practice my craft. And the same with whatever it is that you do. You will continue to practice your craft and your program will evolve over time. Now, I haven't run the same training for 5 years. We've tested versions of the training, but I've been live launching since 2015, way back when I was in network marketing. I used to run live launches to grow my network marketing team. They were so successful, my best recruiting month was 43 personal recruits in a single month. Because you get to be with humans. It's not reading an email, downloading a PDF, or any of that other stuff where literally most people don't look at your free content. But live launching is so different, so powerful, and really, it's super fun. It's so fun. So if you aren't feeling that live launching is fun, I will tell you, you're probably teaching the wrong thing. You're not teaching in your zone. You're not sharing knowledge that excites you. You have to have a passion behind what it is that you do. I mean, I'm that crazy person who dreams about tags and squiggly lines. I love saving people time. That's what I love, saving people time. Because life is so goddamn short and you can always make more money. I could literally walk around my garage and find so many things to make money. But you can't make more time, but you can save time with automation. All right, so there we go. There's the reason why we live launch. I dug into the numbers to show you the power of when you run, and that's, a few of the numbers that we track other things, show up rates and all sorts of things, but they're very high level numbers. You can see there the power of doing the same thing on repeat, honing your message, and then once you make a couple of sales, back yourself and start to pay for advertising. Because when you're trying to do it organically, right? When you do it organically, you're again wasting time. I go to sleep and I have people joining my challenge and I wake up to, 300 new people in my challenge, or maybe over a couple of days. We're at the point now where we cannot scale any further. Now you would think, oh, that's fine. You just put more money into it now and get more people in and make more money. The problem with that is I don't have the staff to handle the load. We don't. So sometimes it's not, there are other extenuating circumstances that can hold you back from scaling. If scaling was easy, oh my goodness, if it was easy. Scaling is a juggle of staff and time and money. And, we're in the process of hiring new staff at the moment as well. We've got a couple of new builders on trial, and I'm looking at an EA to get us a little bit more organised, because I'll tell you, my Asana is like a really messy notepad. I really need an Asana system like I do with my automation in my funnels. I need a system for Asana. If anyone knows an Asana guru, they get as excited about Asana as I do about automating. I want to talk to that person, right? If you know someone, let me know. So there we go. There's the power of live launching. It doesn't mean you got to live launch forever, but once or twice a year, it's fun because it allows you, again, to test your messaging, refine it, and then honestly, once you've built it, you just measure and optimize and it just becomes math. All right, let's have a little chat with our VIPs. Hello, VIPs. Please turn your cameras on. Coming across, where are my VIPs? I've changed all my rooms around because I was in a live event on the weekend. I did what was it called? Podcasting. I did a podcasting. Oh, I don't know. I spoke at a podcasting. Leap into podcasting with Ecamm. I was a speaker and I used my mentoring with Sally, all of these pretty scenes. And then what I found was I've messed them all up for today's session. So everything's all over the place. Hey, Marianne, what was a key takeaway for you? And you're on mute before you start speaking.
Yes,
there we go.
I was trying to find the mute. I'm on my phone instead of my computer, so it took me a minute. So key takeaway, going back from what you said about, the benefits of doing the live launches and having the importance of having feedback, getting their words, getting their conversations. So I think that is key to understanding your client, deepening that connection with them. Mm-hmm. So that was very valuable.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you for sharing. Sarah, look at you, look gorgeous today. If you've even got Leapy on today.
I did. I'm embracing my feminine lusciousness.
Hey, I can see Mary Ann's rubbing off on you.
Indeed.
Awesome.
I think it was very interesting the way that you reviewed your numbers across the launches and how doing the same thing can, I mean, you're not doing exactly the same thing. You're making some tweaks and, adjustments depending on what you found from previous launches. But the conversion rate that you had that last time was just phenomenal. And the number of new clients that you got, was large. So
yeah, to the point where I'm like, we can't bring on any more. Right? Yeah. I mean, we've just got to get more staff now. But it allows me to make more money to pay more staff. It's not as though, like, some people might look at the larger figure of the launches and they think, whoa, like, that's a lot of money. But by the time you invest in staff, in software, in all the other incidentals, electricity and all the things, you've still got to be in profit. I mean, we use the profit first system, so we always make profit. But there are people that make millions of dollars and actually don't make money. I always, when I see people tell you, oh, I make $1 million in revenue, I'm like, what's the actual profit? After all expenses, after all of those things, are you in profit? Now, I'll just go back to, like, a couple of launches ago, we ended up having to let a couple of staff go because we did well, but we had actually not covered our ad spend in the first round of payments. Now, we definitely over 3 to 6 months get our money back, but the money up front that hit our bank account wasn't enough to pay staff. And wasn't a lot, but we ended up just trying to work out where we needed to kind of cut it a little bit, where we were just being nice, hiring people out of because I like to pay people, and sometimes I'm paying them, but it's not to the benefit of the business; it's to the benefit of them. And my coach said, you have to let that person go. You haven't got enough money to make payroll, because your upfront payments aren't there. And why put that added pressure on yourself when this person isn't making you money right now? It doesn't mean you can't hire them back later. And it was very hard. I hate firing people. I really do, especially when they're really lovely people. But for the benefit of the business, for the benefit of being able to then spend more money on ads when we didn't even cover our ad costs. Now, give it 3 months, we've definitely made, that huge profit, but the expense of that upfront, which was, I'll tell you, we were down. Where's the upfront? I'll find the launch. Which one is that? Yes, half. So we'd spent $16,000 on ads and we only got $8,000 up front. So we were down $8,000 that month, right? I mean, my staff alone cost me $30,000, right? So from the new revenue in, it was low. This is where the snowball effect comes into play. We start to look at, okay, that's the revenue generated. We always try to we really always want to try and cover our ad spend with cash generated upfront. If we get an upfront payer, that's why we incentivize our upfront payers, where we'll pay for your software. Because if we can get them to pay upfront, we can reinvest that money and grow faster. And the cost of investing in somebody's software is a lot less than what it would be if people pay us up front or go on payment plan. So, we weigh up the pros and the cons, and sure, it costs me to pay for like 5 pieces of software for each client that pays up front, but it's totally worth it when I've got that money up front in the bank account so that we can then reinvest it back into more marketing and ad spend. Now, in between launches, we're also running ads just to grow our list. Our lead cost is a lot cheaper. I believe it's under $10 at the moment to continuously grow, but we're going to be able to retarget those people when we move into launch in a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks away. So, yeah. Robin, how about you? What's the key takeaway for you?
Someone may have already mentioned this already. My internet dropped out, but for me, key takeaway is the repeating the same content for 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just tweaking and improving it, because, you know, you start off with what you think's going to work, but then you find, well, you find a little better way of doing it, and then next time you find a better way of doing it, and just keep tweaking and improving it time on time on time.
Yeah.
That for me is a key takeaway.
Yeah. So we've got our content pretty good now. Now it's a matter of shrinking it. So we're trying to get the the daily teachings within 30 to 40 minutes now. To really, and we start strong. We used to put, so here's a couple of tweaks that we've changed. We used to put awards and recaps and all that at the front, and people are sitting there like, come on day 2 and 3 waiting to get into the content. Now we jump in, we do a quick, here's what we covered, bang, 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 and today's content. We get straight into it. I was able to get day 1 in 40 minutes. My team's like, wow, look at you go. And the rate of watches when they're shorter as well is better when we can get that content delivered, and the retention rate on the replays as well can be better when they don't have to wait and try and find where you start your content too. But that's just come from practice, and then rewatching, right? Rewatch yourself for the first few launches and feel what it feels like to be a viewer. Are you telling yourself, come on, hurry up? Right? If you're finding yourself doing that, we'll find a way to shift your content. Liz, I'm not sure when you jumped in, but were you watching it on the live stream?
No, I was driving. I just got on.
Okay, that's all right. No problem at all. All right, guys. So we're into... well, what I'll talk to you about is, let's come back here for all our live viewers. If you've got any questions out on the live stream as well, feel free to drop a Q in the front and ask a question about, anything that I do. Don't ask me how to make a surfboard. I can't do that. Or surf. I think I would struggle to get myself up on my feet. Where's my scenes gone? Here they are. Okay, so if you really like this, you can also subscribe to our calendar. Go to this web address here, sparkleclassacademy.com/calendar. There's a little subscribe button. It'll add it to your Google Calendar in your own time zone. We have just gone into daylight savings, so we're an hour earlier for everybody on the other side of the world. You will have noticed we've turned up a bit earlier, but I love this time of the year. That means I get extra hours with you guys. And then soon you guys will change time, and I think it makes it even better again for some of you. So I love this time, our summer. I get to spend so much more hours in the day with you when you're over on the other side of the world. But if you want to know what all of our live trainings are, they always are at this address here, and you can subscribe, and then it's just a little flick on and off of the button in the other section of the calendar. It doesn't take over your calendar. Awesome. Now, we come in here most Tuesdays or Mondays, depends on where you are in the world. So if you want to make sure you don't miss a live, then make sure that you register for Dr. Sparkle here. She is dancing around for you. She's pretty cool. She's back. Guess what, guys? She came back to life yesterday. She was finally let out of jail. We had a deadline for Dr. Sparkle. So we lost Dr. Sparkle because I bought a new domain name that Facebook did not like. If anyone remembers the Clubhouse days way back when everybody was buying the .club addresses. We bought one because, as you can see, this long go.freedomfunnel.com is our pretty link. Okay, this is our link we used so that what we do in the back end, there's some sort of techie stuff that goes on, but we can change out the back link to all sorts of things, and this link never changes, right? Even if we send you to different places, the actual pretty link never changes. So I'm like, that's really long. You know, we just kind of just decided to use it one day because a new staff member had a really cool system that she liked to keep all the pretty links in. And I'm like, let's buy a better one. So we did a vote with the team and we said, what do we want? And we came up with Sparkle World. I like Sparkle Lifers, but most people don't really know what Sparkle Lifers are. Sparkle World, did a bit of a vote. Then I really liked Sparkle World too because, well, we say in the Sparkle World all the time. And then we couldn't get sparkleworld.com. So we thought, hey, what about .club? Oh, what a silly decision that was. Because back when Clubhouse started, every person who buys domains, and Clubhouse was massive, were buying .club domains. And of course, Zuckerberg is like, everyone's sharing the .club domains over on Facebook, pulling them off of Facebook and sending them into Clubhouse. And of course, Mark is like, I'm not having that, right? Nobody leaves the universe of the Facebook. So they wrote an algorithm that bans you when you share .clubs. Now, I totally forgot about that. Totally. And when I started posting during our launch to go and get their workbook from sparkleworld.club/workbook or talk to Jackie at sparkleworld.club/Jackie, every single time I posted that, which on day one of pre-party week is like a lot, I woke up to 16 violations in the morning. Now, Dr. Sparkle continued to work, but I am so glad I didn't share all the links using my business page, which has like 118,000 people on it or something. We used Dr. Sparkle to share all of the links, thank goodness, but she got put in jail. Now, they got on and they said, oh, it's fine. It'll be gone in 24 hours. Next thing, 42 hours. Next thing, 72 hours. Next thing, a week. Next thing, a couple of weeks. And our beautiful Rita, who manages the gorgeous Dr. Sparkle, she was on and off of the phone with Facebook. There's nothing we can do, they said. There's nothing we can do because it's the algorithm. You've just got to wait for the algorithm to do its thing. No one can do anything for you. And it could be a few months. So we had a deadline. We're about to start promotion this coming Saturday for our upcoming event. Our deadline was Wednesday. Today is Tuesday, right? To rebuild, we were going to have to create a brand new Dr. Sparkle business page, rebuild the entire bot and all the crazy automation that went in the back end, and fix all of that up. And she came back yesterday. So she's alive. She's alive. And we don't have to rebuild everything. We just have to make sure it's working. I mean, I got goosebumps just thinking about it. I could see the girls in the VIP room like, yay. I know, right? I was thinking poor Rita, right? Poor Rita had to go and rebuild everything. So, but she came back to life and everything is beautiful in the Sparkle world again, and Dr. Sparkle is now working. Rita showed me her phone, literally scrolling back for days. Every day she sends Dr. Sparkle a message to see if Dr. Sparkle's going to reply to her. And finally yesterday she replied, and oh my God, was there excitement in Slack. We have team meeting today as well, and I can just imagine we'll probably spend the first 10 minutes of team meeting just celebrating Dr. Sparkle. Awesome. All right, guys. Now, here's a little something I want to share with you, which we're about to do. We're about to go dark with our VIPs, but every week, let me just click on here and let's turn off the music. So every week we do our weekly goals together. Now, for you guys inside of the VIP room, you guys might as well start this now. We do our weekly goals. Now, these are 3 to 5 non-negotiable goals. Must be done. Have to happen. Right? Or the world's going to fall apart. So I want you to choose 3 to 5 non-negotiable goals. Now, one of them has to be marketing related, one has to be sales related, and one has to be mindset related. Now, if you're inside of the Sparkle world and you're part of the Freedom Funnel Academy, your education is part of what you do with us. I mean, I like to listen to a podcast at night and something like that, but it's not a goal that I set myself. And innovation do not create anything new, especially if you're working with me, unless you're on multiple 5 figures. Let's hone and dial in that sales and marketing machine. So I want you to think now, when you do these goals, they have to have what you're going to do with a benchmark. So if you've recently done a live launch, you need to reach out to every single person who attended the launch. Now, whether or not they bought or booked a call, book them in for a message mining session. Get feedback. Some of those may convert if you reach out to them and get them on the phone. You can reach out to them. So set those numbers. Look at how many people attended. So let's say there was 50 people. You're going to reach out to 50 people. From that 50, set yourself a goal of maybe getting 20% of those in a call. And then from there, how many do you want to close? Now, remember, on average, 2% of people at any given time are ready to buy. So that means 1 sale. So use the metrics that we know. We have lots of benchmark metrics that we want you to hit. Now, also, if you've just come out of launch, make sure you update your spreadsheet that we've built you. You need to remember when I said that I was able to look back through all of those numbers so easily at the beginning of this live. That's because I put them in my sheet every single time I launch. There's a lot of things that happen after you go live. You don't just go live and go, oh, just wait for tomorrow. And then you don't finish your launch and just go, oh, well, that's it. We're over and we're done. We have 1 week, or it depends on you, 1 or 3 days or 5 days of launching, right? Then you've got sales week. Don't forget to put sales week in your calendar. We always have sales week. We spend time. Jackie and I fly to each other during sales week. So we're both together in the same location doing sales, talking to people, building those relationships, putting people on the not yet list, putting people on the, next year list or on the not ICA list, as well as getting those sales. All right, so I want you guys to write down your goals. Now, for those out there on the live stream, this is for you too. When you're done, I want you to post them under this video, and we number them. Let me see. They went up into the Facebook group yesterday. Let's see if anyone's actually even started to post them in the Facebook group. So we get our clients to actually post them in the Facebook group because we check back with them. I don't want the new tour. Oh my goodness. This new Facebook page thing that they're doing at the moment, they're trying to force me to use it. I don't know if anyone's tried to use it yet. All right, let's see if anyone's put in their goals. Hey, Donna's already done hers. So we get you, so there's a post that looks like this post here for those brand new to the Sparkle world. And let me come to a share screen. Oops, I was going to share in Zoom. We're not doing Zoom, Sally. We're doing, where's my scenes? We're doing, share screen is up here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so you can see here is our post that we put up in the Facebook group. So it happens every Monday. Okay, we get you to put it in and then we want you to set your goals. So we've got some examples here, but you can see, you know, what it is and how do you know it's finished, right? Book 8 calls, conduct 5, close 3. How do you know when it's finished? So I can see down here, Donna's already put her goals in. Her marketing is to complete eval 3 and she's even given a date. And by close of business, I love that. Marketing had first meetup group over a year. Very pleased to keep it going. Cool. I would again say what you're going to do at that marketing meeting. What's going to be the call to action? Where are you going to lead those people after? Sales, do a weekly training offering for at least 3 weeks to set up. Oh, that's right. So she sent me a message and asking how long should her runway be. So you can see this is something I do every single week. I put down 3 to 5 goals, right? I've got 3 to 5 non-negotiable goals that I personally want to have achieved for the week. And then each day I get out my little Post-it note, I look at my weeklies and I choose 3 to 5 tasks, usually only 3 because I get interrupted, but that's okay. And I never usually get through all 3. But progression, a little bit of progression, better than perfectionism, right? We need to keep progressing forward, moving forward, even if it's just a small amount. You see, a lot of people tend to underestimate what they can get done in a short amount, in a long amount, underestimate what they can do in an extended amount of time, like a whole week. And then they overestimate what they can get done in a day. So by thinking, what can I get done just in the next 5 days? Don't do goals like make 100K in 5 days if you haven't done the little baby steps to get you to 100K. Okay, that's your quarterly or your monthly projections, not your weekly. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to be heading on out with the VIPs. We're going to go dark now. It's VIP time. Hi, guys. We'll be back to you momentarily. So we're going to head out now. We're going to do more behind the scenes. We're going to talk about numbers and all the things and give them some updates in regards to what's happening in the Freedom Funnel Academy. I got some real sexy stuff to share, including brand new templates and all good stuff. So for everybody out there who has joined us on the live stream, thank you so much. You made it to the end. I see all your eyeballs over there. Yes, you made it. Yay. Put down below that you made it to the end so I know. And that means you must like us or something. That's pretty cool. Have a fabulous day, guys. Never let anyone dull your sparkle and make sure you get at least one income-producing activity done each and every day.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.